I'll just talk for her, since all the men have had their bits. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Emma, and I'm one of Deborah's bridesmaids and her best friends. Me and Deborah met almost 28 years to the day when we started junior school at Moorfield, and we're in the same class. Deborah was the quiet, shy ginger kid that had just moved to town, and I was the bossy, mouthy kid who showed up at school with a pot on my arm because I'd fallen off a slide the week earlier. And we sort of gravitated towards each other. Deborah looked at me and thought, oh, I can look after her. And I looked at Deborah and thought, oh, I can boss her about. And that's essentially how our friendship has developed over the years. So she has looked out for me throughout the years. I've often wondered how the hell she puts up with me, because that bossy, mouthy, clumsy kid grew up to be quite an angry teenager. But luckily, Deborah remained the most kind and caring person that I've ever met, and she put up with at times when she definitely should have walked away, which is why I'm sure you'll be more than fine, Tom. Because I can assure you, you will be absolutely fine. She's agreeing. But I don't want to paint Deborah in too much of a stately manner, because most of her friends, and I know for sure her mum, could stand up here with an embarrassing story or two. So I'm probably going to start with two 17-year-old girls who decided to go on holiday for the first time. So I know what most of you are thinking, maybe London, Magaluf, even Ibiza. No, I should probably make it clearer that we were two 17-year-old geeks who we decided to go on our first holiday to Blackpool. We saved up, we paid for it, and we wanted to be as independent as possible, but the guest house that we found wouldn't let us stay in the same room together in case we were up to no good. So we managed to convince my dad to drive us all the way there. Luckily he agreed. For those of you that don't know my dad, that was a task in itself, and he agreed to say yes. But our journey got off to typical fashion for us when I managed to close the boot onto Deborah's head as she was putting the bag in it, and then before we'd even got halfway to Blackpool, we had to pull over because Deborah was sunburnt in the car. She's literally the only person I know who has to wear Factor 50 through glass. But I know if you ask Deborah what our most memorable holiday together was, it'll be the time that we went to Belfast in Ireland for our 21st. So the first night we got there, we decided to go to a really small traditional Irish bar together. And we got up, there was Guinness was flowing, and a traditional Irish band was playing. And we're there just dancing to the band, and all of a sudden Deborah gets really excited and she's whacking me on the arm, and I said, what's up? She goes, oh my god, Emma, that's Bono. And I'm going, is it? And she says, yeah, I'm going to get the camera, let's stay there, right? And she comes back, and I'm waiting there for her to come back with a camera, and the next minute I hear something that in 18 years I've never heard before. Deborah is screeching like a banshee at this woman who she has convinced has sat in our chair and stolen our stuff. She starts shouting at this woman about her stealing her jacket.
Where's
her
my jacket?
Pleather, not leather, may I point out, pleather jacket. And at which point this woman, about 2 tables down, holds it up and goes, you were sat here. At which point, Deborah calms down, and I quickly point out to her that Bono's left, so she's mixed up.
What is he Bono?
The woman actually bought Deborah a drink just to calm her down. I don't know if that helped any, to be honest. But yeah. So, Tom, On the bright side, I was exposed to Deborah's angry and irrational drunken behaviour at quite a young age, so you'll put up with it fine, no problem. Anyway, I just want to say that being asked by Deborah and Tom to represent them at the wedding meant more to me than they will ever know. I'm so lucky to have been raised in the presence of true love, as I know that they have. Both of them have been raised by parents who have been together for such a long time. My mum and dad have just been married over 34 years, and my grandparents have just celebrated 60 years together this year. So I know what love looks like.
Yeah. It seems more than that.
So I know what love looks like. It is when you find that one special person that you want to irritate for the rest of your life. I thought, since I have so much knowledge around me, I thought I would ask them for some words of wisdom. So I asked my dad what his key was, and his was always say the woman's right. Just pretend you're listening and always say that they're right. When I asked my granddad what the key to a healthy relationship was, he says it's not wearing your hearing aids. So when Deborah asked me to be the maid of honour and give a speech, there was a small part of me that was terrified and still is. But there is a bigger part of me that was honoured. I was honoured just to be able to be here and be a part of their special day. I've known Deborah for so long, and we've been through so much that to call us best friends just doesn't seem like it's enough. They say you can't choose your family, but 28 years ago when I walked into a school, that's exactly what I did. I gained a sister that day, and I'm so incredibly proud and honoured to stand beside you today and watch you become a wife. And today I have the pleasure of adding a new member to my crazy family, so welcome Tom. I can confidently say that this is the happiest that I've ever seen her, and that's all down to you, Tom, so thank you so much. For that I'll always be grateful. I never thought I would be standing at a wedding. Growing up, despite what you would have thought about us, I was always the one who thought I would get married, and Deborah was always the one who said, no, never, never. You know, Tom, that you must be one hell of a special person for Deborah to admit that she was wrong. So not only do I want to say thank you, they've covered all the thank yous, but I just want to say thank you to everyone for making this day so special. Thank you to Kate and Sally for being such amazing bridesmaids alongside me. And I want to thank Alex. You deserve a special thank you for just making sure Tom got there on time, basically. Tom for making Deborah the happiest that I've ever seen her. She deserves the world, and I know that you'll give her that, so thank you. But my biggest thanks is to you, Debs. Thank you for always being there for me, for being my best friend, and for being the most amazing person that I've ever met. I know that you will make an amazing wife, aside from your cleaning skills, obviously. You deserve so much happiness, and I'm so pleased that you found it. I love you, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of your special day. I know that everyone here agrees that you are both an amazing couple, and we can't wait to see the years of memories that you guys will make together. So I'm going to ask everybody to raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Doggett. You all thought that was it for the speech, but I've got one last surprise for you, because she couldn't go the whole night without having something to say.
Right. I know you all need the toilet. Tom doesn't know that I'm doing this. It's a bit of a last minute thing, so I won't drag it out. I'll keep it short. But actually, I won't bother reading it. I will just literally say that I just want to raise a toast to my husband.